Good morning. You're watching Coffee Talk on WMFD TV, a service of WMFD.com, and brought to you in part by the Cove Coffee Shop and Pizza Company in Ontario. Today, we are joining you on Zoom live with our friends at Bake My Day. Austin Butler is the manager, and he's not only got his Bake My Day apparel on, but he also has an apron on, which means that he is making something good in the kitchen. First of all, congratulations on your move, you guys. You've relocated.
Yes, we relocated from being on Lexington Spring Mill over there by Barnes & Nobles to our new location here on Stumbo Road, which has been very successful move, actually, being rebranding and new location. It's been a very big blessing moving, which is scary, especially during the pandemic, but it's been very successful moving to our current location.
Why did you guys decide to make the move? Did you need more space?
Well, we kind of outgrew our space there, as well as it just happened to be that our lease was up in the middle of COVID. And we wanted to be able to do our own complete build out, restructure the kitchen and the sales space to make it more functional. And along with, of course, finding a better location, easier access to get in and out of the store, as well as just making it personal. We kind of outdated that location, and we needed to modernize and rebrand, to continue moving forward and building as a small business.
So this is a locally owned and operated business. How many years has Bake My Day been around?
So Bake My Day has been a business for about 10 years. We did spend about 9.5 years over there on Lexington Spring Mill, and we've been here since October 12th.
Okay. And you guys have a pretty diverse menu. And it's ever evolving. So when we walk into Bake My Day today, what are some of the things that we can get?
When you walk into Bake My Day, we still have our normal cupcakes and cookies. Is what we're most famous for. But we also have many other products available in store, including we now offer cheesecakes. I have a friend of mine that brought her personal cheesecake recipe in to sell here in store, and we try to maintain at least 4 to 6 different types of cheesecakes in store. I mean, we also have caramel apples. We're doing cake pops. And of course, we have a giant selection of chocolates that we have been bringing back, formerly under the brand that I cannot say out loud, but I'm going to say it's FS something, but it's now going to be Flow Chocolates. And we're ever expanding that as well.
Now, chocolate could mean white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, right? So you have all three?
Yeah, we have plenty of milk chocolate products. We are slowly integrating dark chocolate and white chocolate products. As we know, it's going to sell, being that those are a little bit more of a distinct taste that people want. We're still working on what products we can do in the dark and the white chocolate that is definitely going to sell continuously to maintain freshness and, optimize sales and reduce costs on our end as well.
A million years ago in the 1970s, fondue was very popular. And not only was cheese fondue popular for dipping vegetables and things like that, but for desserts, chocolate fondue was very popular. And you can dip pretty much anything in chocolate, and you guys dip chocolate all the time.
We do. We are constantly dipping like our cake pops and our apples in chocolate. We are slowly integrating new products here in store of covering different items in chocolate. And currently, actually, at the moment, we're getting ready to dip some more caramel apples, as well as doing our most famous chocolate product, being our chocolate paw, which is available in pecan and cashew in milk or dark chocolate.
So are we going to get to see some chocolate dipping today?
We are going to be able to see some chocolate dipping today. Currently, we are waiting on our chocolate to be in temper. So we have to melt the chocolate to a certain temperature, bring it up, and then you bring it down to a certain temperature to where it then has a nice sheen on it, and it's really appealing to the eye. And we're probably about 5 minutes at max away from being able to start dipping some chocolates. And we're going to first start with our chocolate-covered apples.
So how does the chocolate harden so that it's not, the old M&M's thing, it melts in your mouth, not in your hand? How does it not be a mess?
That's part of the tempering process. So when we get giant solid bars of chocolate that we break up and we melt, we bring it up to like about, I believe it's about 41 degrees Celsius. And we slowly temper that down to a certain temperature in which when we dip it and stuff like that, it's not going to be I would say, for example, a Reese cup where it looks like a soft chocolate, and you can tell just by the look of it, if you put your finger on it for just a moment, that it's going to melt underneath your finger. When we temper the chocolate and bring it down slowly, temper it down to this certain point, that if you put your finger on the chocolate, it's not going to just melt. It's actually shiny, kind of glossy, and it's like more appealing to the eye. And that's what gives you that nice hard chocolate there.
See, I always wondered, there was a product, I don't even know if they still make it, called Magic Shell, where you used to put it on ice cream and it would harden. And I never understood, like, A, how did that work and how could that possibly be good for you?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's good for you as long as it tastes delicious. That's always good for the soul.
Okay, so Austin, how are you not 300 pounds? I don't understand.
Well, I walk about probably 12,000 steps a day here at work. I'm constantly walking back to the kitchen. I'm constantly walking around here. And then as you can tell via this call right here, I pace all the time.
So what is your favorite thing in the store?
So my favorite thing in the store, I have a top three, but I will give my number one item here. My number one item that is my favorite thing in the store is our ice cream. We have this ice cream right here. It's a salted caramel ice cream with cashews and fudge swirls in it. It's called This Stuff Just Got Serious. It's a very distinct salted caramel flavor with fudge swirl, and I absolutely adore that ice cream.
Now, I also saw mint chocolate chip in there while I was gandering.
Yes, I just brought mint chocolate chip back into the store here, as well as I have 7 other flavors in total. I have like the birthday cake, which is very good amongst the kids. This stuff got serious. This is an espresso ice cream. It's like kind of got a small coffee flavor to it, but I'm going to replace that with an iced latte da, which is an actual caffeinated espresso ice cream with fudge swirl in it. Again, I have my mint chip. Your Superman for the kids, and of course, you got to have vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry at any ice cream store.
Absolutely. Now, is this ice cream homemade or is it brought in from some other vendor?
So we use the Chocolate Shop brand ice cream out of Wisconsin. It's a super premium ice cream, and they have many awards that they've won for their ice cream flavors, including what we sell, being our Zanzibar, which is a chocolate ice cream. It was actually voted the #1 chocolate ice cream in the U.S. for the year of 2020. Now, I'm not sure how many people were eating ice cream in 2020 because of the pandemic, but I still think that speaks volumes saying that that's the #1 chocolate ice cream that was sold in 2020.
So the concept of the old-fashioned ice cream parlor has gone away, but you can still come to Bake My Day and you can get a sundae.
You can come, you can get a sundae. We have cake cones and waffle cones, as well as we have 3 different size cups for 1, 2, or 3 scoop. We have about 5 different candy toppings, as well as 3 sauces, and then you got to round it out with sprinkles and whipped cream and a Marciano cherry.
See, I would be all about the chocolate ice cream with the marshmallow sauce and the whipped cream and the cherry and some sprinkles on it. That would be my sundae of the day.
Amen. That's my sundae of the day as well.
So in addition to that, if you have ice cream, does that mean you have milkshakes?
I do offer milkshakes. You can take any of my 8 flavors and we can make them into a milkshake. And we have my espresso ice cream. We have chocolate covered espresso beans that we sell in store. And we actually ground some of those up and we put some of that in with the ice cream when we make that milkshake. Top it with whipped cream, sprinkle more of this chocolate covered espresso bean on top, and then put a full chocolate covered espresso bean on the very top of the whipped cream. It looks delicious and it tastes delicious. But unfortunately, that ice cream isn't caffeinated. But the one that I will be replacing that with is actually caffeinated. So I'm going to try to sell that really hard.
Now, behind you, I see a variety of savory popcorn treats.
Yes. So we partnered up with Melissa downtown Mansfield at Swavery, and we offer 9 of her popcorns here in store. I typically always have like 5 flavors that I always maintain in store, and then I rotate other flavors out. If you're familiar with Swavery in downtown, she offers, I believe, 27 flavors of popcorn. We don't have the space to have 27 flavors, but we thought this little indent here in the wall would be perfect to carry 9 flavors. I always maintain the Buckeye Blitz, which is a peanut butter popcorn with a chocolate drizzle. My Buffalo Breath Ranch, which is it's a powerful flavor, but it's not really spicy. You have to have butter. I mean, you have to have butter. People love butter. Birthday cake is my favorite one when it comes to selling to the kids, as well as Fruity Pebbles, which I do not currently have on hand. And then you have to have the Brickyard mix. It's her signature mix that she sells down there in downtown, which is also called a Chicago blend for people that are familiar with your gourmet popcorn flavors. And my personal favorite is the dill pickle down here. I'm just a dill pickle flavor fan.
Yeah, I am too. I like dill pickle chips, and I actually am on a quest to find the greatest dill pickle in the country.
Yes.
So, yeah, and I have a few different brands in my refrigerator at home. And now that I know you like that, we'll have to have a pickle tasting event.
A pickle tasting event. That sounds very funny. I'm down.
There you go. So, if I want to drizzle chocolate on my popcorn, can I do that?
As long as if we have chocolate melted and tempered, with any request, as long as we have the chocolate and temper, we could definitely drizzle some chocolate over anything in store you buy. We could definitely drizzle chocolate over it.
Because
I would have to come up with a price point for that.
Popcorn is the best.
I think. Oh, I've got a caramel that I could drizzle chocolate over. That would be really delicious as well.
It would be really delicious. So let's talk for a minute about cookies. Cookies were part of the staple of Bake My Day. Cookies and cupcakes and custom cakes. And you guys are now offering a selection of gluten-free cookies as well. What's that all about?
So I have cookies are our number one product here in store. One of our most famous cookies designs is our birthday cake looking cookie, as well as we tend to do the theme of the season. So right now we're in summer, so we've got like some beach ones, flower ones, and we always do like an ice cream cone one. And we do offer gluten-free products. If you can see down here through the glass here, we always keep a box of gluten-free cookies down in the bottom corner here. And we try to do the same themed cookies as we are doing for our regular cookies. The gluten-free ones are just a tad bit more expensive, but in my opinion, I have eaten both our gluten-free cookie and our regular cookie, and I'm not sure there's honestly a difference other than the fact that it is gluten-free. So it's more health conscious for those that need to eat gluten-free products.
So is the base of the cookie the same? Are these shortbread cookies, or what are they?
They are all a sugar cookie.
Okay.
And it's just the difference of how we actually make the cookie itself that makes it different from the regular cookies.
Now, from cookies, we go to cupcakes, and cupcakes are huge. People love them for birthdays. In fact, I was doing a party last night, and cupcakes were part of the mix, and we had dark chocolate cupcakes.
Dark chocolate, that sounds very delicious.
Right, and you know what pairs well with dark chocolate is either cherries, strawberries, or raspberries.
Yes, raspberries are my favorite with the dark chocolate.
As they are mine. It sounds like you and I could go someplace and get very fat together.
I don't know if I'll gain the weight, but I'll try.
Yeah, you can have some of mine, and we'll be just fine.
Sounds good. I could use it in the face a little bit. So
there you go. So when it comes to cupcakes, if I can conceive it, can you guys bake it?
Yes, we always maintain 6 flavors of cupcakes available for anybody to walk in the store. We have 6 standard cupcakes, and we also tend to have 6 flavor cupcakes that are rotational. But we have like 40 different cupcakes we can do. We just need enough notice to be able to do the order. We're finding here at this location that we are getting very good business. So lead times need to be a little bit farther ahead. You just call in or stop by or even Facebook us, and we can do almost any order, especially cupcakes. Cupcakes are easy. You call me on Tuesday, I can have cupcakes for you on Friday. Cakes and cookies, that's another question, of course. But I do, like I said, I do always maintain a selection of cupcakes here. And people can also just come in and they can grab a pre-assorted pack of 12 of our regular size cupcakes and 12 of our mini cupcakes. And for those that are confused by that, in each flavor of cupcake, I maintain a regular size version of it and the mini version of that. And I do that for all flavors that we offer here in store.
And why did you guys decide to do that? Is it just because some people don't want to eat as much, or?
So we call the small cupcake or a mini cupcake 2 bites of heaven. So it's just 2 bites, just enough to almost tease you in a sense for me. But it's just 2 small bites for those. It's more kid friendly as well. The kids really love those. And we also use the mini cupcakes when we do wedding consultations. We'll send people home with 12 different flavors of mini cupcakes so they can just try them and figure out what flavors that they want for their weddings. But the people come in all the time getting dozens of minis or dozens of regulars. And we just want to have two different price points as well so you can appease all audiences.
Now, that being said, one of the coolest things that I remember from the old location was you guys made chocolate pizzas.
Yes.
Do you still do that?
So we don't offer 6 flavors anymore. We only have 3 different kinds. But the 3 pizzas that we do offer now is our Double Delight. That was formerly called a Double Indulgence. This one's made with cashews, milk chocolate, buttery caramel, and some crunchy toffee. And that would be our #1 seller. We also have our Munchie Madness chocolate pizza, which is, it's just got a bunch of snacks on it. Potato chips, pretzels, M&Ms, cookies, corn chips, and of course it's done with a rich milk chocolate. And then we also have our Snap Crackle Pop pizza here. This one's got pretzels in it, fluffy marshmallows, peanut butter, and Butterfinger candies, as well as drizzled in milk and white chocolate. And we offer these in 3 different sizes, well, technically 4 different sizes. We have a personal size pizza, which is about 6 inches in diameter. We have a medium sized pizza, which is about 9 inches in diameter. And then we have our large pizza, which is about 11 inches in diameter. And then we have just little bite size ones as well, which is about 3 inches in diameter. And those are really nice little gifts, I would say, especially stocking stuffers. People buy those during the Christmas time for stocking stuffers as well.
Yeah, I have to tell you that if you're looking for a unique gift in chocolate, the chocolate pizza is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I remember a couple years ago, we gave those out to clients and the response was fantastic.
We're partnering up with a few businesses that actually come in and they'll buy like 12 at a time and hand them out to their clients. And during the Christmas season, you can order online at bmdohio.com and we will ship the pizza anywhere across the United States.
Oh, that's fantastic news. So, has the chocolate tempered and melted yet?
Has the chocolate tempered melted yet? I believe we are at that point where we can actually start dipping some apples. Let's take a look here. Yes, we are in temper. So we're going to start dipping some apples here. Right now we're going to be doing our gourmet apples. So we already have some apples that have been dipped in caramel. And now we're just waiting and we're going to dip them in a milk chocolate, followed by putting either some sprinkles, M&Ms, Reese's, and other products on the outside of our gourmet apples.
And what kind of apples are they?
We use the biggest and best Granny Smith apples that I can find out there. And then which takes a while to find the right products. Right now, everything is almost a complete mess when it comes to finding products. So when I find them, I try to hoard them and I get the best ones. It's got a little bruise on it. I ain't gonna use it, but instead I eat the apple. That is the perk of the job.
Yeah, my Granny Smith happens to be my favorite apple.
It's one of my favorite, Granny Smith, and then I believe it's the I kind of like the bitter one, being the yellow one. I'm not sure the exact name of it. So we're gonna dip the apple here in the milk chocolate.
I mean, literally, my mouth is salivating.
And I believe we're gonna do Reese's Pieces on the outside of this one. So we'll drain off the excess milk chocolate, allow it to thinly coat the carameled apple, and we'll lift the excess off the bottom so we have a flat surface so it'll set correctly, and then we'll dip it in some Reese's Pieces here, which is going to be right here. And we'll put that whole apple down into the candy, and we'll use a gloved hand to bring the candy up and press it against the chocolate and to really get it into the chocolate so it will stick onto the apple. And then as you can tell, we'll slowly start to stick it onto the outside of the apple here. And some of them will do just like half the apple, So just the bottom half of the apple has the candy, and we'll leave just the milk chocolate on the top, which we might then later on go back with a dark chocolate and drizzle that on the top of the apple.
And how long does it take that apple to dry?
It takes about 10 minutes for it to completely dry. And after 10 minutes, we'll then put it in a little apple cup, and then we will then display it here inside my case. And as you can see here, we already have a few already made. We have like a regular caramel apple. This one right here was a fun one. We just drizzled it in caramel and dark chocolate. And then this one is just dipped in caramel. And then we have actual pecans on the outside of that one. But we do all sorts of different ones. And we can also take orders for them and customize what kind of apples they may particularly want.
Now, here's the question. I noticed they're on a stick. You have to eat them like an ice cream cone. You have to eat them in a circle, around and around, right?
You can eat it like that, but I also recommend, honestly, if you just cut it off the stick and slice it up like a normal apple, it's a lot easier to enjoy yourself and to share with other people. If you try to tackle this thing on your own, you better have a big appetite and not be diabetic, because it's a lot going on in the apple.
That's a lot of sugar at one time.
Yes.
Now, the last thing is, and I don't know if you still do this, but you're no longer offering coffee, but you're offering coffee beans, correct?
Yes. So the coffee was unsuccessful here in store, which is very unfortunate, but we have since moved on to double down on our chocolates. And we do offer a chocolate espresso bean. And this comes in this little 8-ounce bag. I have milk chocolate and dark chocolate over the espresso bean. And it's just as good as a cup of coffee. Just snack on a few of these and you're good to go.
So you'll get that same boost that you would get from, say, a red eye by munching on a chocolate covered bean.
Yeah. And it's easier too. It tastes better. And you'll have less frequent trips to the bathroom as well.
Well, that's always a bonus. So what are the hours of Bake My Day now?
Currently this week, as it still stands, we are open 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. We are in talks right now to be moving our hours back until 6 p.m., which I will disclose on Facebook at the end of the week when me and the owner go over this more. But right now we are open 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. But probably starting next week, we're going to go back to 9 a.m. until 6 p.m.
And how many days a week?
Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah, we are always closed on Sundays and Mondays. Sundays is his day, and then Mondays is our day to get caught up for the week. So
Monday, you actually have to work, but it's not, open to the public.
Yes, on Mondays we have my bakers in here. We're starting to get ahead for the week. We come in, we do some chocolates. It's nearly impossible to just work Tuesday through Saturday and maintain all the products that we need to be able to sell during those 5 days. We have to come in on the Mondays to do that. And also, my kitchen staff only really works Monday through Friday, as where my salespeople are working the Tuesday through Saturday.
Got it. So is there anything in the house that you can't do yourself? Can you do all the baking, the dipping, the chocolate, all of it?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Well, I can follow recipes fairly well. I'm very good at that. I can do the chocolates for the most part. I would say that the one thing I cannot do is I cannot decorate a cake or a cookie to save my life. I can't draw a straight line, let alone decorate a cookie or a cupcake.
So art was not your forte.
No, my art is the art of sales.
Ah.
Yes.
Well, with all of the visuals, you've done a very good job, and that I love the white chocolate covered pretzels, and that I like dark chocolate covered marshmallows. So those are just a few of my favorites, and of course the pizzas. So we want to invite you to come to Bake My Day in their new location, 2153 Stumbo Road. That's in the plaza with the Schwabel Bakery outlet. And you can call them 419-747-1005, 419-747-1005, or visit them or order online at bmdohio.com, bmdohio.com. Austin Butler has been our guest today. He's the manager of Bake My Day, and you have been watching Coffee Talk, a service of WMFD TV, also on WMFD.com, and brought to you in part by the Cove Coffee and Pizza Shop, which, speaking of gluten-free, just a shameless plug, the gluten-free cauliflower broccoli cheddar crust that the Cove Pizza Shop makes, it is amazing. And I was not a believer until I actually ate it, and then I was like, wow, I like this better than the regular crust. So Bake My Day, another example of a locally owned and locally operated Richland County business thriving right here in Ontario, Ohio. Austin, thank you so much for being on the show, and thanks for baking my day today.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for having me, Jay.
All right.